And you, ladies and gentlemen, are very lucky today to be introduced to Chris Kent, who is a practitioner and teacher of Jeet Kune Do for more than 40 years. He first started learning from Dan Inosanto, who was Bruce's very close friend and assistant instructor, and who has been teaching Jeet Kune Do his entire life. So Chris Kent is extremely highly regarded in the world of Jeet Kune Do. And the really neat thing about Chris is what he teaches is Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, the very basis of what Bruce was practicing in his lifetime. And that's not true of all the Jeet Kune Do you might run into in the world. Not everybody teaches it the way that Bruce did. But Chris had learned it right from the dragon's mouth, almost, from Dan Inosanto, and that's what he teaches in his studio in Boise, Idaho. He travels the world giving demonstrations and lectures and teaching. As I said, he's very highly regarded in the world of Jeet Kune Do, and he follows it with a passion. He is continuing to learn, to refine, to understand the art of Jeet Kune Do, not just the physical, but the philosophical part of it as well. And that he's going to talk to you about that today. He's written numerous books and articles. Here's one coming out shortly in this magazine called Martial Arts at its Best Masters. There's a 25-page article in here about Chris Kent and what he does. So I urge you, if you see this, it's really a fine magazine and a great interview of Chris. So when Bruce passed away in 1973, I had it inscribed on his headstone at the cemetery, "Your inspiration continues to guide us to our personal liberation." Today you will hear from Chris Kent more about the meaning of what personal liberation means. Chris has written a book called Liberate Yourself, and he has a blog and a website called Personal Liberation. It's more about how Jeet Kune Do can totally be part of your life. You know, they always say Jeet Kune Do is a way of life. Well, it's much more than just the physical. It's the mind, body, and heart all together. And you learn much more about the background of that from Chris Kent. So it's my pleasure and my honor to introduce you to my very good friend for very many years, Chris Kent.